the other producers. We have a great creative community. We work with the same people over and over, which is one of the things I'm most proud of as Jason Blum, because it means people have a good experience working with us. And I think that's the key to our success.
Definitely. And we've been fans for a long time. From your first film to your upcoming slate, which actually includes sequels to 3 of the company's biggest hits in its history, my friends. So, what's the secret to make a great sequel?
Well, we have, I think, what I hope is going to be, our biggest year ever. We have Megan 2. Woo! And Black Phone 2. And yes, believe it or not, I know you may not have heard of this one. Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
I want to start talking about one of the films that you said, because back in 2021, The Black Phone was a breakout success for Blumhouse, actually here in Mexico, with Mexico delivering its strongest box office outside the US. So that was amazing.
That's right.
Hicimos el mayor box office de todo el mundo con Black Phone.
Thank you.
And for what we know, Black Phone 2, the cast includes Demián Bichir, a fan favorite, and a highly acclaimed actor here from Mexico.
Yes.
No one can forget that terrifying mask worn by Ethan Hawke as the grabber. I just want to see grabbers down here. So, what can you tell us about the origins of Black Phone 2? And will it be as frightening as the first film?
Black Phone is going to be scarier than the first movie. I promise. I guarantee it. And so for our first little reveal, no one, not online, not anywhere else, has seen the poster for Black Phone. And the movie takes place in the winter, in the deep winter in Colorado, and there are 5 feet of snow, which is a very hard way to shoot a movie, I'll tell you, but we did it. And it's really scary, and we're going to show you guys this is the first time anyone has ever seen the poster, and we're going to show it here. We're going to show it first, and it's going to give you guys a feeling of what this movie is like.
Y por favor, en este momento, teléfonos abajo, lo siento, esto es completamente...
I think the only person who was really prepared, and the reason I think the movies really connect to the fans the way they do is because Scott Cawthon, who is amazing, and he's one of the brightest, most inspired people I've really ever worked with. And he is so fanatically passionate about every detail of every single thing we do with the movies. And I think I feel it, I think the fans feel it, I think the movies, in terms of adaptation, are the most authentic adaptations really ever done. And I really think that's thanks to, of course, Emma and the actors, but especially Scott, who's been as a tremendous partner for us and has just delivered another incredible movie, which I can't wait for everybody to see.
Yes. Also, definitely all the people responsible of this movie, including you, we celebrate you for making this film, and especially also director Emma Tammy is back for the next installment that has also Josh Hutcherson returning as Mike. So what does Five Nights at Freddy's 2 have in store for the audience?
Well, there's a couple of things I want to talk about with Five Nights at Freddy's 2. First one is an announcement, which is I'm not gonna say much more than this. At Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios, in Orlando and in Hollywood, there may be something to do this September and October with Five Nights at Freddy's. Just maybe. You heard it here first.
Jason, you know, I've been telling you for a long time that I'm a big Halloween Horror Nights fan. So this news is amazing, right? Get ready to Halloween Horror Nights, man. Five Nights at Freddy's. And I think you have also a little surprise for us if the audience behave bad.
Well, we did get Scott to release just a small image which nobody has seen. Once again, here tonight for the first time ever is our little teaser.
Last year, Blumhouse
That's from Insidious. That was our first movie with James Wan. Insidious 1 there just showed. James DeMonico's the Purge. There they all are. Great. Vince Vaughn, that's Chris Landon's movie. A terrific movie. Freaky. Happy Death Day to you.
This is a trivia.
It should be.
Yeah. Insidious.
I'm ready for another Purge movie, aren't you guys?
Yes.
I think so too. I think it's time to purge again.
¿Qué tanto una película de Purge? I haven't told you ever that Insidious is my favorite horror movie of all time.
We have to tell James.
I'll talk him in a while.
That's his baby.
And I know that Blumhouse launched a new game division last year. So tell us a little bit of what can we look forward to see.
Well, we launched our first game in our gaming divisions. We're trying to bring the same spirit to our games that we bring to our movies. Our first game was called Fear the Spotlight, which is really fun. If you haven't played it, try it out. And we have 3 more games coming up in the next 12 months. A game called Crystal, a game called Sleep Awake, and a game called Grave Seasons. So those are our 3 next games, and we have a little promo here to show you a little bit more about those games.
Okay, let's watch it. Películas de terror. Gamers and horror fan movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
and my partner James is a massive gamer, massive.
So I've been telling you, Jason, for a long time that I think you need to be shooting a movie in Mexico anytime soon, right? You should consider Mexico.
Shooting a movie in Mexico?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be so hard to do?
Well,
no.
For the man that makes impossible possible,
I have another announcement to make. Not only have we thought about shooting a movie in Mexico, we have shot a movie in Mexico. It is finished. We did it in secret. Nobody knows about it until right now. I have my note card for my Spanish, okay? So go easy on me. It's called No Me Sigas, okay? So look out for it. It's coming out soon in a theater near you in Mexico. It was released by Cinepolis. It was produced by Maligno Gorehouse, Wild Sheep Content, and Edge Films. Okay, I'm gonna get this right. It was directed by Jimena and Eduardo Garcia Lecuona. And guys and girls, it's fucking scary.
definitely it's gonna be scary. And what if not scary? Well, I'm gonna change that. What it's scary sometimes are quinceañeras. Yes, when we get invited to a quinceaños, every time it sometimes gets really scary because you get to see like the quinceañera dancing, but we know that you are the quinceañera tonight.
Yes, I am.
And to celebrate this amazing anniversary, we got a very special surprise for you. Así que, por favor, griten muy fuerte si alguien me puede ayudar a traer algo al escenario.
You need to come home back to Blumhouse.
Yes, please.
to come home where we love you, we understand you, and we want to kill you.
Amigos, un fuerte aplauso para Jason que está cumpliendo 15 años. Y él va a empezar a cantar tiempo de vals, tiempo de vals.
He makes me sleep well because I'm so sick.
Let's give a huge applause for Jason Blum and Blumhouse. Please show your presence to everyone, and please a big round of applause to Jason Blum. And as you can see, you have a huge community and passionate fans and fellow filmmakers also who absolutely love your work.
I'm coming here every night. I'm never going home.
And we in Mexico, we prepare something truly special to you as a tribute to what Blumhouse means to a lot of the filmmakers and persons and people in the industry. So please, this is a surprise for you.
Wow, let's see.
Let's look at it. Amazing. Okay, this is incredible. Welcome to Mexico. Please take a seat. We have a lot to talk about. James, first of all, your films, as both as director and producer, have had huge success in Mexico. You directed Furious 7, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, The Conjuring 2, and also produced many of other films like The Nun 2, and The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. You are literally a creator of the universes.
Insidious 1 and 2 also, don't forget, directed.
I was waiting for that. That's your favorite horror film, you said. Excellent. Yes, I love very much for that. And your work connects with audiences worldwide, and particularly with Mexican audiences. Yeah. So,
Yeah, you guys are the best. The best.
I know
I'm so happy to be here.
It's a modest question, but how does it feel to be the mastermind behind all these great franchises?
Amazing! It feels amazing. I'm just very grateful that the movies that I love, that I make the kind of movies I want to watch myself, it's truly a gratifying experience that when I make the movies I want to watch myself, there are so many people out there that feels the same way as I do, so it's incredible. It's incredible. I'm very honored.
Legacy in the
Yes,
horror.
sir.
At Atomic Monster, you've mastered the art of very original horror. So, what do you love about this genre?
Well, I mean, I've made movies in other genres, as you stated. I've done superheroes, I've done action, but there's just something about the horror genre that just keeps drawing me back to it. There's just something very personal about it that I find. And I feel like it's the only genre, really, where we can, sort of make personal statement, make social statement in a way that no other genre really can get away with it. But at the same time, we want to make movies that entertain, that people love, that people love to be scared by, love to be thrilled by, and so it's a genre that Jason and I keeps coming back to again and again and again.
Well, so I think we are now going to talk about one of your next films, which looks fun, but scary at the same time. So we're excited about Soulmates, really. It's a new thriller film, but it also talks about toxic relationships. I need to know more about this film.
Well, when we made Soulmate, You know, sorry, when we made Megan, sorry, when we made the first Megan, it became clear to us that even though this first movie was aimed, you know, like she's friends with a little girl, but deep down, we felt like there's a more adult version of this story. So I know what all you guys are thinking. What would I do with my own soulmate? And soulmate. And so in the concept of, you know, how can we make, you know, an adult thriller in the spirit of Megan, but for grown-ups that harken back to the 90s style of erotic thrillers that we love.
Wow!
So needless to say, Soulmate is the sexy version that we can't really do with Megan, but we can do it with this.
And right now, we're seeing that AI is coming up front in
Right.
horror. So why do you think it's kind of a theme right now that makes us really scared?
Well, I mean, I can't remember, you know, like my generation or the generation before me, where there has been such an explosion of technology, you know, around us in such a quick way, right? You know, usually technology in the past takes a couple of decades maybe to kind of get us into it, but AI and robotics with social media and all this stuff, it is a massive explosion in a short amount of time. And I think because of that, we're not maybe ready for it. And so there's something kind of frightening about it. You know, we all grew up with, you know, movies like The Terminator, The Matrix, right? And all these movies taught us to be scared, potentially, of what technology could do if they turned against us, which for Jason and I just means more great horror material.
Yes! And really new, innovative ways to make killings, right?
Oh yeah. Yes. It's more fun.
Well,
Very famously, James gets inspired. James is the greatest creator of scares ever, and the way that he gets inspired is, and you correct me if I'm wrong, very late at night when most of the rest of us are asleep, at 2 or 3 in the morning, he walks around his house alone with the lights off, trying to imagine what would truly scare him. And that's what a lot of the movies are about, is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
When people ask me, how do I come up with my scary ghost stories or my demonic stories, and I tell them I switch off the lights at my home and I walk around my house at 3 a.m. in the morning, and I think of a scary set piece in my head, and if it scares me in that moment, then I know I've got something. So I run back to my computer and I start writing it down.
I was saying, like, you wrote it in your notebook, but it's all turned off, so you cannot write. You cannot see anything. So, well, I think Jason and I talked that if this audience behaved bad, like doing a lot of crowd, we would give them more surprises. So I think you brought one more surprise. So I want to hear everybody.
Yeah, you know, Megan came about when myself and my team at Atomic Monster, you know, Judson, Scott, and Michael Clear, and my whole team, very early on, just sort of sitting around the office, we were, you know, at the end of a week, we like to sit around and just chat. You know, we're all film nerds, and we love to just chat about movies. And one thing we ended up saying was, I get accused for being the puppet, the killer doll guy. But then I said, I've never actually made a doll that killed anyone, right? Annabelle doesn't get up and kill anyone, right? No. Annabelle's not Chucky. So we started thinking, why don't we make our own Chucky? Woo! And so we're like, what if we mix Chucky with like the Terminator? And this is what you get, Megan.
Oh, yeah! So how excited were you to come back again for Megan 2.0 and for the story and the characters?
You know, Jason and I were super excited because we had such a good time working with Gerard Johnston, the director of the first movie. Akela Johnson, Akela Cooper wrote the first one, and just working with the amazing cast. Alison Williams, Violet McGraw, and we just felt we gotta bring it back, bring the whole team back. I mean, the first movie was successful, but we had such a good time making this film that it felt right to continue the trajectory of Megan's story.
We are in. ¿Quién está listo ya para Megan 2.0, amigos? Jason, what can you tell us about the plot of the new film?
Megan is back. She's bigger, stronger, and much more of a bitch.
Whoa! And I think that the audience.
Well, we have a little something special to.
Yo me voy a alejar un poquito porque la verdad es que sí me da miedo. Muchísimas gracias por estar aquí. Estuvo increíble el evento, ¿no crees?